So what everyone considered to be a routine tackle, it changed Reggie's life forever.
A connection with the land is vital to our emotional, spiritual, and physical survival.
Black men still remain the man least likely to get a screening for prostate cancer.
On April 20th, 1996, my freshman year in college, I sat in my dorm room and watched my husband, boyfriend at the time, his name flash across the ESPN ticker. The 17th overall pick, Reggie Brown. He would go to the Detroit Lions. Now, this was a dream come true for any athlete. I don't care who you are. If you're a girl, boy, short, tall, skinny, round, good, or bad. Each player, all players, aspire to one day have their name called as a professional athlete. And he did. Fast forward to December 21st, 1997, and the last regular game of the season, Reggie was wrapping up his second season as a Detroit Lion. If they win, then they'll head to the playoffs. If they lose, then the season is over.
Making a normal tackle that I've made 1,000 times. All of a sudden I notice my oxygen is cut off. I can't move my any of my extremities, anywhere. My teammates are telling me, "Come on, get up. We gotta get off the field." But I notice I can't move. I'm going in a kind of a shock.
So it was 3rd and long, and if the Lions make the stop, then they'll get off the field. The running back took a handoff. He tripped over someone's foot, and at the same time, Reggie dove to make a tackle. While Reggie's teammate, he pushed a lineman on the opposing team in the back. So what everyone considered to be a routine tackle, it changed Reggie's life forever. So I can vividly recall arriving at the hospital. Everyone was moving really fast. I walked towards the hospital room, and this is where they were finally screwing in his last screw in his halo. So as a player, I could empathize with Reggie, but I didn't know what to say. I didn't think my words would bring solace, so I just sat. And hours had passed, and I remember sitting in that hospital room where Reggie laid, and he was angry because ESPN was on and they were reporting his injury. Now keep in mind, this was the same broadcast that announced that he was the number 17th overall pick. But now they were declaring that he endured a career-ending injury. It was devastating. So like a million other kids, for years, Reggie had heard that he was really good. He was fast, he was explosive, and he could take this game far. And when he decided to go for it, to devote his life to playing professional football, it was ripped away from him. And it tore his heart out. Now, being witness to this life-changing event, the words that stood out to me the most was career ending. And those two words kept looping through my head. Career ending, career ending, career ending. And I thought, why is that a term used in athletics towards an athlete? I mean, everyone knows that at some point, every player, girl, boy, short, tall, skinny, round, good or bad, each player, all players, will stop playing. So why call it a career? So this really had me thinking that this entire crazy amateur athletic system that we helped create was so misleading to all students that played sports. And I began to believe that we are seriously miseducating our youth athletes. So instead of spending hundreds of dollars weekly to train kids to throw a ball or to shoot a shot, why don't we teach them about the industry of sports, the true careers in sports, all of the potential opportunities in addition to playing the game? Why have we limited ourselves, our students, our kids, everyone to just respect and value only one aspect of the sport? So I kind of began to think and ask myself, what was the long-term value in focusing solely on playing the game? So after Reggie and I got married and we had our kids, I watched my husband struggle because he lost his purpose. I mean, since he had only saw himself as being a player and his career had ended so abruptly, he had nothing to turn to. And he tried different things. So he entered a minority dealership program. When he completed the program and he became the general manager, he realized that it wasn't for him. He owned a food franchise. It wasn't a fit. He pursued teaching to coach so he could impact kids' lives. But it put a mental and physical strain on his body, which led him to fully retire. So for 10 years, I watched my husband try to reinsert himself into the mainstream. His angst and depression drove me to realize that our kids, we had to do more. They had to learn more. They had to be exposed to more within the industry of sports. And since the game had provided so much to my family, at no point was I going to say that my boys couldn't play. But my boys did need to learn the industry and be exposed early to other opportunities and possibilities. I will not have my children endure the same pain and anguish that my husband had.